welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making some rosemary garlic breadsticks. These are fantastic. I think you'll really enjoy them. My ingredients are very simple. 1½ cups of flour, half a cup of lukewarm water that you've heated to the point where it feels warm to the touch, half a teaspoon of sugar, half a package of dry yeast, some salt, about a teaspoon of salt will do, and 3 tablespoons of olive oil that I've placed half a clove of chopped garlic in, and some rosemary leaves, about a teaspoon of rosemary leaves. You can use fresh or use dry. We're going to start by adding our water to our bowl. We're going to sprinkle our yeast onto that. We're going to add our half a teaspoon of sugar, sprinkle that right on top there, our teaspoon of salt, and just stir that up. Make sure you stir it all really well and get your yeast thoroughly dissolved. Once your yeast is dissolved, we begin to incorporate our flour. We're going to add that in a little bit at a time and mix that in. Once our water has absorbed all of our flour and is sitting up, we're going to have to knead it a little bit. So we're just going to reach in there. I'm not making a lot today, just a small batch. And once you have a nice smooth ball, you have a little excess flour at the bottom. Make sure that it stays at the bottom. We want to cover that and set it aside to rise. It should be allowed to rise for about 20 to 30 minutes. Once my dough has doubled in size, I want to take it and I want to sprinkle it with a little bit of flour, knead it just a little bit, again, and I want to roll it out. So what I'm going to do is flour my surface. I've also placed a little wax paper here to work on. I'm going to take my dough and I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to flip it over as you work. You can roll them out as thickly or thinly as you like. As you go, straighten your edges against your rolling stick or pin so that you wind up with a nice square at the end. Once you have them rolled out, get them into a square by scooting the edge of your knife along the sides. Once your dough is rolled out, you want to score it. And you always want to go a little bit narrower than you think, because these will rise. So I'm just going to do about ½ inch to an inch of thickness. Once I've scored them, I want to lift up as is and place on my greased and lined baking sheet. I've lined it with aluminum foil and I've greased it as well so my breadsticks don't stick. I want to score them just once more and make sure I've gotten that almost to the bottom. I do it this way so that they're easy to transfer onto the pan without losing their shape. Once my breadsticks are stored and in my pan, I want to take my olive oil, rosemary, garlic mixture and just brush them all across. Make sure to get your little bits of rosemary and garlic on there. They get really tasty that way. The mix smells fantastic. Make sure you get all the way to the edges. Reserve a little to brush just before going into the oven. So we're just going to set a little bit aside. What we're going to do now is cover it and let it rise for about another 15 minutes. It's been about 20 minutes and my breadsticks are just about ready to go into the oven. I'm going to give them one final brush with the rest of my olive oil and garlic mixture, especially around the edges and the cuts. Just very lightly. And I'm also going to score them one final time. You want to get as close to the bottom without cutting all the way through. I'm also going to go around the edges to ensure that they're evenly sized and scooch the dough into a nice square as much as possible. Just put your knife's edge there and scooch right in. Beautiful. I have my oven preheated to 350. I'm going to bake them for about 10 minutes or until they have golden brown on top. They look fantastic. The kitchen smells heavenly, and they're going to be absolutely wonderful. And my breadsticks are ready. I'm going to place them on a wire rack to cool before serving. My breadsticks are ready. You can cut them or you can just pull them apart. Both ways work. I like cutting them to get the perfect edge there. They came out really nicely. They're very tasty. The kitchen smells heavenly. The combination of the rosemary and the garlic is absolutely fantastic. And we're done. They look great. They taste absolutely fantastic. They're really easy to make. The combination of the garlic and the rosemary is simply wonderful. I hope you give them a try. I hope you enjoy them. Until next time.